Good morning. It's Friday, October 31st, 2025. Happy Halloween. It is 8:48 a.m. Central Time. And ooh, shadows, yay. I slept really bad. My neck hurts very bad. I swear the sun is moving right now just to give me a hard time. Right here, like between here and here, hurts really bad. So trying not to have a shadow on my neck so that I can get an even portrait for once in my fucking life. Oh. So anyways, I did not sleep well. And yeah, this makes me look like I have manly whatever it's called, but something I like to do sometimes. One of these is this one's actually supposed to be like a foot massager, but find that it's effective for like really like muscly areas. I like to run it along either side of my spine, you know, get into the like back muscles. And I like to do my shoulder blades, like, you know, on the meaty part. Anyways, that's where you're gonna, I mean, it hurts, but you have to try it to see why you do it. Why you would do it. It's for fascia tissue. You know, you probably consider yourself an athletic person. You can run a mile, you know, you partake in extracurriculars or something, but that is not enough. And so to have a very holistic athletic perspective, it's not just about muscles or stamina, but it's about a very integrated, like thorough awareness of your body. And it's really silly because, you know, if it's like a foam roller or something like this, I use this along my back. But it's good to lay on the side. Can do this along your legs after working out or something. It's really good. But you have to get into some kind of funny positions to use these things. I like to even try this along my I don't know what to call it. Like you know, on the sides, whatever. But to use this stuff, you got to get into some funny positions. And you need to, you know, be able to do that with some dignity. Not just that, but a little bit of, playfulness. And yeah, you got to be sort of patient. And it's really interesting. Sometimes, instead of like continuing to roll over the spot, I will just hold it there, and eventually it stops hurting so much. And that is why I love yin, because we really do have these pressure points. When I was like 10 years younger, I used to have to pay for freaking massages because, oh my gosh, I'd say that like, I would get these freaking pains like inside my body, like so far inside my body. I could just like cry thinking about it, all over. I was working really hard. I was having like long hours and stuff, but oh my gosh, it hurts. It hurts so bad. It just felt like I hadn't been moved or stretched or whatever in like, my whole lifetime. Even though I was, working and going to school and stuff like that, I just physically would get so uncomfortable. So anyways, this is just a PSA. Just because you work out doesn't mean that you are, physically, in optimal shape. 50% of it really is about, breaking up that muscle, having flexibility, feeling, like receptive, not feeling bloated, not feeling tense. And it's so funny because I just remember so well, the difficulties of half my life ago, and, being busy and feeling, really sort of insecure, and, failing to take care of myself. Even though I was a high achiever, and, I tried a lot of different things. But, not that I think I'm the strongest I could be. I do feel like there's a lot of latency in my body, despite the fact that I'm very conscious of having, a very well-rounded sort of what's it called, demeanor, I guess. When I think about dance moves, I try to, think about taking up, an equal amount of space, like, and around my aura, if you will. And it's just funny because, that's actually what really inspires most of my movement, is feeling areas that I'm not feeling things, or feeling areas where I am trying to open up, or, develop some sort of I don't know what to call it. But it's really interesting how it comes out as, you know, this choreography that I have brought myself to, I swear, like hundreds of times since I started doing this. Uh, I have, I don't know, like, I think what first got me going was the 9 to 5 concept. And so I started doing some silly moves when I was listening to music with my headphones. I would do like the pulling up the bootstraps one, and that was really inspiring. So I did a lot of this kind of like, you know, like bouncing, like sort of masculine movements. And I never danced to be masculine. Um, and it's really been a game changer for me. I'm sorry, but like I seriously I feel so much more confident since I started not just trying to dance to look pretty or sexy, but to feel strong and silly. Um, it's really just it's really opened things up for me, um but it's interesting because, you know, 50% of the dance, 50% of the stretch, you know, 50% of the workout, um it is about you know, developing a posture or a posture in that area, because it's easier to, you know, like kind of bounce through it than it is to sit there and, you know, stand that way or something. And so 50% of it is that I don't really, and then 50% of it is that, you know, I really do. But yeah, it's a fun little tango. And I feel more authentic. You know, uh not even gonna lie. I may have recently started trying to do the like Egyptian move. I'm not gonna lie. I've gotten that far. I really have. I mean, cause I got some like sports moves. I got basketball. I do like a football move. I mean, I try a lot of different stuff, man. I'm not gonna lie. I got some guns. I bust out the guns. Other things, the guns, you know, some stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, as far as like culturally, I feel like I get some Spanish dancing. I feel like um yes, I got an African move. Yes, I do. Yes, I have some like what do we call Middle Eastern like belly dancing moves. I got it all. Eyes twitching. Um, but I've never danced that way in front of people because I only started doing it since I lived here and no one's been around. But yeah, it's just so funny because it feels more um I don't know. I I circulate through like all of these different styles and moves, and it's not that it's old, because when a song comes on, like I'm glad to have my arsenal of like 100 of my my best moves to go to. Um, it's interesting because I really do have like a very freaking whittled out way over here, and it is kind of tired, you know, honestly. Um it's interesting because it's a fucking production. It's a damned production. Happy Halloween. It is a damn production, and nobody even can appreciate that. But I am looking for greener pastures, I tell you what. So, anyways, I need some new moves. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just interesting because I move the way that I do because of my constraints, you know, because I'll touch the ceiling, because I'll hit the wall. So, you know, it's challenging. But sometimes, occasionally, it doesn't happen that often. But I'll do something that I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I'll be like, wow. Like, I couldn't even tell you what, you know, like, I just, like, spin a certain way or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck did I just do that? Like, why did I do that? Like, it's interesting because it's not just about, it's not just the position, you know, because sometimes it's the tempo that, you know, opens things up or, like, you know, makes it a little bit, like, neater. And it changes the same move, you know, you could see it 3 different ways, you know what I mean? And depending on my mood that day, that makes all the difference is, you know, it being like a little bit, you know, either more precise or a little bit more relaxed. And that is almost like, you know, that's like a freaking, that's like the shot, you know, or like the whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like, that's the, like, is like my actualization of the same moves. And it's very, I don't know to say, like, it's rewarding. It feels like discipline, and also, you know, it's sort of, I don't know, it's sort of phenomenal somehow. That's not the word, but it's like, it feels very divine. Um, you know, it's something that I've practiced a bunch, you know. People don't know this, but it is. And so, yeah, it's kind of cool that I have like this whole secret set that, like, nobody knows, even though I've practiced it in the neighborhood and talked about it and things like this. Nobody knows. The walls are X-ray machines, and people have superpowers, but nobody knows. Okay, goodbye. Happy Halloween. Bye.